What's up, YouTubers? This is Cthulhu Reviews Transformers Dark of the Moon Shockwave. This is his vehicle alt mode, his ground assault mode as they call it. He actually did not have a alt mode that we saw in the movie. You definitely buy this guy mostly for his robot mode, which looks pretty beast, which we will get to in a moment. But quick look at this, pretty much a tank. The little front wheels here do look really silly in person, but like I say, didn't have it in the movie. Not much going on here. His main weapon is his fusion cannon here, which actually has mech tech stuff, which is a little easier to do in robot mode because that's not in the way as much. But yeah, pretty solid little tank. Like I said, buy this guy to look cool in his robot mode, which we will get to right now. Start by taking off his little weapons here. Apologize for my sniffles. I just had a little bit of an allergy attack, so if I'm snorting snot this whole video, I apologize. Set that off to the side. Transformation, it's kind of weird but simple at the same time. Guess you can just start. These become his arms. Get those up and out of the way. Kind of pry this loose. Pull the rib cage forward. Just kind of pry this loose. That'll kind of get his upper body actually pretty much set. You can try to peg it in there if you want. Excuse me. Try to get the light on it a little better there. There's actually peg holes that it ends up going into, but it's a little easier once you get the legs and stuff out of the way. The front little half-ass snowplow thing, we'll go with that. Just unhook that. Pull the legs apart. This guy's actually relatively snapped together fairly well. This whole assembly comes up, folded around. There's actually a little tab right there that helps everything lock in place. Just kind of fold it around. That will become his backpack, as it were. Pull his legs down. Go ahead and pop his heel out. His foot. Knee pad. This guy is very pointy in design, as a mild note. With him in the movie, I was actually kind of disappointed. Again, I'm an old school fan. They made it up, oh, Shockwave's going to be the main villain in Dark of the Moon, and he's pretty much like a cameo, I guess you could say. Sorry, spoiler alert if you haven't seen the movie yet. And then these guys, these are kind of weird. They kind of stay in that same position, but fold down and out a little bit. Basically, you just need to peg that rib cage in there. There we go. There's a little peg there that's on the front of his hood that goes in the front there. I promise it does. Anyway, this is actually his head. Pop that down, flip it around. His backpack isn't too bad. Pardon me. Now that I'm gonna get snot all over my Shockwave. Yay. That little piece right there, you might want to just bring down out of the way. It's where his hose for his gun attaches. This is kind of tricky. I don't know, even with the new camera, if it'll pick it up. There's little tabs on the side of that main one there, and there's little tabs on the gray pieces, and they need to line up, and that helps. Like, in both modes, he actually snaps together very well, like to keep him in that mode and keep everything from wandering around. But it can be a bit fidgety to get everything lined up right. I think I did actually get that front tab in there finally. Kind of by coincidence. Then just fold his arms down to a normal relative position. He has hands on both arms. And there he is without his weapons. Again, I'm a fan of G1 and the old school. Most of the time when they redesign characters or reimagine them, they screw them up. I really like the look of this guy. Like, he just looks pretty beastly to me. That's one of the main reasons I got him. Try and get a close up here. Like, the detail in his face is just spectacular. You can see his little teeth. You can actually see a little bit there beside his eye. It's definitely a good mix of the old school and the new. The kind of tank treads, are they necessary? No. Is the alt mode necessary? I really don't think so. Like I say, you didn't have one in the movie. And actually, you didn't have one in the game. You unlock him when you finish the single player. But yeah, his weapons. You can actually put the big gun on either hand. Old school fan, I put it on his right one. If you can remember back that far, that was actually like his thing back in the day. He was just like a ray gun. I believe he was one of the first figures around that time to like light up or whatever. It was this thing. He transformed into a ray gun and he like lit up when you pulled the trigger. Basically, you would transform him. He would have, he didn't have a super skeletal ribcage, just kind of had like a yellow panel there. But his right arm was traditionally like his gun arm. Much like Megatron had the big cannon on his. His gun just, oh yeah, flip that out for MechTech. There, we're going to show you that real quick. Pretty big, awesome looking pointy gun. Even bigger. Has a little clip there. As I mentioned with my Jolt review, these bigger guys, you can actually lock their weapon in and it'll stay in its alt mode, I guess we'll call it. That just snaps on there. And it can do it on both arms, the hands, just to give the illusion that the arm gun fold up. So he just has just the gun. Yeah, this one can do it too, if you so chose to have it. It kind of plays into his posability a little bit. His energy ammo hose, I guess. That little spot on the back. I actually had the worst time with this. It actually goes in easy. But because I'm recording, it's not going to. So we'll plug that in first. And hopefully plug this back in here. It's very snug. Much like all his other little joints that pop into place. Alright, come on, Shockwave. You're making me look bad. Anyway, I promise it does attach in there from there to there. Or from the back to his gun. The original, did it have that? I want to say it had something similar to that. I just, honestly, my memory evades me at the moment. Give it one more shot. I did this like 4 times earlier, and it, it was fine. Popped it in and out to make sure it would go. Aha! There we go. And there you have him connected to. I can't remember who. Somebody else did a review of him before the movie came out. His backpack, it didn't play up in the movie at all. It's nothing, to my knowledge, he ever really did in G1 or any other incarnation of himself. But, it kind of makes sense that these would spin up or these would charge up, and that would be his ammo. And that would enable him to shoot his giant gun arm. But yeah, I just really like this guy. I really like the look of him. He's actually one of my favorite old school characters. Not too much on posability. Most of his posability comes from transformation. Get a good knee joint there. Can actually go in and out a little bit. Most of the time, if I've seen displayed pictures of it, it's just kind of like something like that, like, "Arr, I'm big and scary and have a gun arm." But yeah, pretty nice figure. Got him for about $17, so right at 20. I like him, pretty solid. And yeah, got I think I want to say deluxe class. I'm not exactly sure on that, but I have the Optimus Prime and Megatron of the same size of these, and I will put up reviews as soon as I can get to those. A quick size reference. It's actually a fairly good size figure. Can of Coke. But yeah, pretty good color. All that good stuff. It's a pretty good figure. Like I said, if you're a fan of old school Transformers, it's one of the few they redid and didn't muck up too bad, I think. So, until next time.